Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Andi Ramas Putra and I am from Erlangga University. So today I want to present my research about optimization and validation quercetin in non-biological matrix with high performance liquid chromatography or HPLC. So this is the outline of my research. And for introduction, quercetin is a natural flavonoid that has addressed attention to its wide range of biological property. It acts as an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial, antidiabetic, and even anti-cancer agent. Given its potential, the accurate analysis of quercetin is essential, especially when used in veterinary formulation. One of the most suitable method for this analysis is with high-performance liquid chromatography or HPLC. However, the current methods for quercetin detection, especially in non-biological matters, are not yet fully optimized or validated. That brings us to the objective of this study. The first one is to determine optimal HPLC condition, including solvent ratio, column type, detection wavelength, and the second one is to validate the method using FDA standard, focusing on selectivity, precision, linearity, and sensitivity. So moving on to the next slide. The study used an exploratory design aim at method development and validation. The sample used was synthetic quercetin with 95% purity, known as Q495, and it was tested 5 concentration from 0.5, 1, 2, 3, and 4 ppm, each with 5 repetition. So for the optimization, the mobile phase tested various methanol water ratios ranging from 95 per 5 to 50 per 50. The stationary phase use was a C18 column. The optimal detection wavelength was determined using UVC spectroscopy and was set at 375 nanometer. After determining the optimal condition, validation was carried out using FDA criteria, such as selectivity, precision, linearity, and sensitivity. The result for the next slide. The optimal HPLC condition were methanol water at 60 per 40 ratio. So the column type is C18 and the detection wavelength at 375 nanometer. From the validation test, selectivity was excellent with resolution value of 5.7, which exceed the minimum requirement of 1.5. And the sensitivity was also good with LOD at 0.263 and LOK at 0.878. This is better than previous study. However, the two parameters did not meet the standard, which as precision had a variation coefficient of 7%, which is above the acceptable. The acceptable is 2%. And linearity had correlation coefficient of 0.901, which is below the required. The required is 0.999. This weakness were likely due contamination and procedural inconsistency, especially in higher concentration like 3 ppm or 4 ppm. So moving on to the next slide, the result indicates that the optimized method can effectively separate quercetin as reflected in the strong selectivity values, and the sensitivity result was also good, suggests that the method is suitable for detecting low concentration. However, the lack of precision and ideal linearity may be due contamination in the sample series and a need tighter quality control during testing. Compared to previous study, our LOD and LQ were lower than those was reported by Husnia and Widyarti 2021, indicating the better sensitivity that we had. And the detection wavelength at 375 nanometer was slightly different from Dalming et al. 2022, who found 373 nanometer. This could be due to the difference in the instrument calibration. So for the conclusion, the best condition for quercetin analysis by HPLC are methanol water 60 per 40 and C8 column and 375 nanometer wavelength. The method is selective and sensitive but need improvement in precision and linearity to meet full validation. In veterinary medicine, this validated method is valuable for quality control of herbal-based drugs, especially those using quercetin as a bioactive compound. It can also support the development of natural antioxidant therapy in animal health. The future research improve the future research should improve sample handling hygiene to avoid contamination and explore validation in biological metrics such as blood or tissue, and expand to other therapeutically relevant flavonoid. So this research was fully funded by and supported by Prof. Dr. Muhammad Lazuardi, Dr. Hewan Magister Farmasi, who also acted as my primary supervisor. I would like say thanks to Prof. Dr. Erma Savitri, Prof. Dr. Lili Maslaha, Dr. Kadek Ramhawati, and Dr. Muhammad Sukma Nadi for their mentorship, input, and academic guidance through the process. That's all for my presentation. Thank you and goodbye.